Punters and dribblers, welcome back to About Even. Tom's not here today. Tom, he had a birthday yesterday. He's just coming back from Bali. He's just getting his shit together. So it's a skeleton crew-ish. Some would argue the show better without Tom. I wouldn't agree with that. I don't think that's fair. But that's what some people have been saying. Shame on you. Now, we are doing the show today thanks to Neds. We love Neds. Neds are a dear friend of the show. If you're going to have a punt, do it with Neds. Why would you do it with anyone else? Because if you want to copy our bets, you wouldn't copy Guru's. But if you want to copy Sebo and my bets, then you got to get a Neds account. You got to get onto the profiles, and you can copy him in there. Go into the About Even group and copy him in there. Tobler even puts up bets. Tobler's got a lot of the we're so close about him. Righto, Tobler. You know what I mean? Like, I was like 6 legs fucking short from a massive multi. Righto. Okay. So you got 2 out of 8 and you're putting lipstick on already. Christ alive. That's a drive-by on Tobler, but it's accurate. That's why I got so many laughs. Boys, how are we, Roo? Good to see you, mate.
I'm going good, mate. It's good to have you back. It's a bit of a tough week last week, I'm not going to lie, but... Mate, if I was you, I'd be a little bit nervous. He, as the host, he killed it.
I was right. I read
one hell of a
obviously.
Performance.
Obviously, it's obviously my job to read the comments, keep up with how people are feeling about Sebastian to my left. The people love Sebastian, and you just got to make your peace with that. He filled in terrifically. Well done to you, mate. A lot of positive comments.
Yep.
Filled in with me yesterday on Hello Sport. Heard of it. We had a lot of fun, Sebo and I. The man's elite. He's getting 6th Man of the Year. He's the 14. He is arguably verging for a starting spot. We'll have to see how we go.
Yeah,
Not on Hello Sport, but maybe somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe somewhere else.
I have no desires to move to host at this show, at least. I prefer my little left wing over here. Just chime in with a few tackle busts, things like that. I don't need to host this show. Hello Sport's a bit of fun, but maybe someone else. Who knows? But,
who knows?
A lot of fun. Turns out just like talking more as part of my week actually kind of puts a bit more pep in my step. Like I got home yesterday, had to go film some other stuff for Ned. Shout out US Open. My tips will be up soon. But then I just smashed out my house shit yesterday. Like with a bit of pep in my step. But the negative is I was like, oh my God, I just got out of the bath and it's 11 p.m. I've got to be up in an hour because that's when one of the boys decides to get fucking up. I'm like, at an hour's sleep. I'm like, here we go. What are we doing? Cars 2, Cars 3? On the couch. No, Elemental. But yeah, that's me.
How long were you in the bath for?
I was in the bath for like a good hour last night.
So you ever thought about cutting the bath shorter? Or that's absolutely...
Normally it starts earlier. It's just, as I said, I was like, we've got a pile of washing, never ending. Like, never ending. You're like, I'm on top of it, and then it's just like...
It never ends.
And like, it just never... Like, it used to never end pre-babies, and then now it's fucked. And so I was just like, I'm just going to stay up, do the washing, get all the shit sorted, all the ducks in a row, even though I know, and then by the time morning comes, my house is a fucking, bomb site again.
Yep.
And then it caused the late bath. So yeah, that there's always negatives to having a good day, Like yesterday, it was a good day. It was fun hanging out with my mate Ed.
We had a great time, man, Sebo.
Yeah.
Great time.
But yeah, that's me.
Good stuff. Rando, talk to me, mate. He's going to text the whole time.
Yeah, it's just pretty depressing over here. We had the Queensland team name DCE drop, which sucks, and we're looking to probably go 0-2 in Perth. And then the Cowboys' 1 win in their last 6 games is also pretty depressing, and half our team's out. So yeah, it's been pretty sad.
Anything you want to say to Bill?
Sorry?
Anything you want to say to Billy?
We're still Queenslanders. So yeah.
Doesn't mean as much anymore, does it?
I love these Queenslanders still going on about like... I get you're never going to admit that you feel the kind of Queenslanders is gone a little bit. But one thing that's starting to really not annoy me, and I'm all for it, but how long... let's pretend it's 2015 and the Dragons get the wooden spoon and somebody goes, well, we won 11 in a row in the 70s. Like, you feel nothing, right? Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like every year, exponentially, the power of the 8 in the row dies off. It's not dead now, but there will eventually be a point where it's like, it doesn't matter. It was so long ago. Like, I don't know when that is, but I feel...
Well, it rubs off. It definitely rubs off. It's still pretty... I can still see it.
Yeah, you can still see it because we grew up with it.
Mirror because we lived it.
We lived it. I think once you get to kids who are about 25 who have no recollection of it, I think it's gone.
Yeah, I've got a high school reunion this week, 15-year, and it actually made me think the other day, like, I didn't see an Origin Shield lift in New South Wales my entire high school. That's fucked up. That is so fucked up.
And how petty is it that
it's a 2-horse race.
12 years later, you're now dishing it on us because you feel comfortable. You think you're in the clear now, that you're going to start winning series.
See, Queensland show a bit of ticker first time.
Fucking hell.
Very
I mean, we got the pick and
serious.
stick and everything, but it's just 12 years of New South Wales pettiness just
it's
finally
listen,
able to
You
brag.
give the pick and stick shit.
What?
You started it. You said pick and stick, and now they're going, yeah, well, obviously you don't have to pick and stick if you lose. I'm like, wasn't that the whole fucking point that you said? Like, what? What?
We're picking and sticking 36-year-olds? I don't think so.
Why'd you pick him in the first place?
Because he's our leader and we wanted him to break the record for the oldest player in Origin ever.
Right. Well, that seems. I don't think that you pick someone to break that record. I think you pick someone if you think he's still your captain and you think he can do a job, which he clearly did, and then to drop him a week later when your forwards had no go about them. Harry Grant had one of the worst games of his career, and no one's talking about that. It's all DCE's fault. I just think it's a little bit harsh. And that's come from a New South Welshman who is actually reveling in the fact that you've dropped your captain, because I think it's good night nurse in Perth. I think it's 13 plus every day of the week. If you're smart, you get on while the getting's good. It's going to be a fucking bloodbath. Lock that in.
Yeah.
Lock it in. And if I'm wrong, clip this up and jam it down my throat, but I won't be. And you know I won't. When you got Cam Smith before game one shitting his little dacks about our back five, you know you're in trouble. Let's do accountability. Knights 26 defeated the Seagulls 22. I've spoken about it. I've spoken about it on Hello Sport yesterday. Go and listen there. I've spoken about it. I've addressed it. I'm not happy with it. I saw it coming a mile away, though. I still hit my bet, though. Under's cooler. $4.02. Cooler goes to the 1 when Hopper-Whitey goes off, and I get the chockies. We love that. That's good stuff. Tom had DCE, no Bono. Shout out to Bono. Sebo had under 52.5 into Manly minus 4.5. I want to point something out here, and then Guru minus Manly minus 7.5. And I'm gonna say it to Roo, my old mate.
Good.
You watch a lot of rugby league, arguably more than anyone else living currently. You still don't seem to understand Manly's sensibilities. Manly lose this game every day of the week. You're shit, are you? You're a shit football side? Well, we're going to come down to your level, okay? We're going to get up 16-0, and then we're going to go to bed. We're going to fall asleep.
My logic here was that you had a Queensland legend playing for a jersey, and I thought he'd come up with a stellar performance. I'll tell you what, halftime I thought I was fucking flying. I was already counting coin for the week. Manly, I just cannot work out week to week.
Two
I got
things,
no idea.
though. One, you can watch a lot of rugby league, but like picking a line is different to picking a tip. You know what I mean? Picking a line, someone like me, I can pick a line. I got no idea about the game because I can get these little vibey things. But two, Roo was probably right. But the power of the boo, which we addressed on Hello Sport, Roo, myself included, did not know the boo would come. The thing to actually motivate.
Does this become a bad beat?
It becomes not a bad beat, but it's like, as we said, I don't think Adam O'Brien did it.
Fuck this, because I'm going to get bullied for calling it a bad beat, which I'm not. Fuck that.
It's just that you can't predict a boo. Like a boo happens, once a season across all teams? Maybe a couple times.
Oh, you might hear
a home team boo.
They're pretty rare, the boo.
Well, it was so unpredictable, Adam O'Brien didn't even know it happened. Really took him by surprise. What are your thoughts on that, by the way?
So what he was saying that the fans don't get rugby league, but what we've the conclusion we came to is that Adam O'Brien doesn't get rugby league.
The fans get rugby league.
Yeah. The fan get rugby league. The fan, unlike Adam O'Brien, knows the power of a boo and when to use one. The boo can snap you out of a trance pretty fucking quickly, and you pull your socks up real fucking high, you tighten your boots, and you get out there and you play rugby league football, and that's exactly what happened. You get a boo, you know you're a fucking live. Boos are very effective if used appropriately, and they were. It was used appropriately in the moment. They didn't like what they were seeing. Whether or not you want to say that they were booing Adam O'Brien, doesn't matter. The boos were heard.
Especially
boos were responded to.
from the Novocastrians, because when you drive to, say, the Hunter Valley and the golf trip, and you're not in the city of Newcastle, you're kind of on that outskirts.
Well, you're in the Hunter region.
And it looks a lot like, it reminds me a lot of Friday Night Lights, like little kind of, lower socioeconomic houses. You can imagine them all having a sign of their footy players out there, like the Night Shield there, that kind of Friday Night Lights music going on. And if you're a little Fletcher Sharp or someone growing up around there, you're like, I'm going to play for that team one day, and I'm going to get out there. And then, before you know it, you're feeling the boos from these people the area that you've wanted to represent. That fucking worked. The boo worked. So you can't predict it. We didn't know it was going to happen. Made sense. But that's what happened, Roo. That's
very, very effective. So, long story short, Adam O'Brien doesn't get rugby league and he doesn't get the power of the boo, whereas the fan does, and used it effectively and got a famous dub. Now, Storm 38 defeated the Cowboys 14. Tom and I went to scope bet. Cowboys boys turned up for that. The Storm boys didn't. Sebo missing a Munster. Guru had Cows 15.5 plus. Nothing doing. You'll note that Guru walking the line 0-2 at this point. Worth pointing out.
It gets worse, don't worry.
Oh, it certainly does. Dolphins 56 defeat the Dragons 6. Tom, he went Azarko first, second or third, tripled. So congratulations to him. I had Dragons plus 10.5 into Clint, which was...
That's a gross
That's
bet,
a
dude.
fucking awful
Like
bet.
I'll say that you've made 85, 90% good bets. That's probably
It's a
your
shocker.
grossest.
No, it's a shocker. It's an absolute shocker. Sebo had Fish minus 5.5, Herbie Farnworth, which is just smart, astute punting at 320.
Well, he scored first, didn't he? Like, pretty quickly?
Yeah, first try.
Yeah, that's probably one of the quickest two-leggers I think I've got.
You're welcome, mate. You were
Oh, it
umming
was
and
you,
ahhing. You're umming and
entity.
ahhing.
It was you. Yeah, thank you.
The entity
I'll pay you
strikes
that.
again.
Beep, beep. That's me trying to say thank you in your language.
Yeah.
Well, ones and zeros, mate. Ones and zeros. Roo, Dolphins minus 5.5, mate.
Yeah, I'll tell you what my favourite part of this game was the next day when Tom posted in the group chat, is no one going to congratulate me on my triple? I just thought, fuck you, man.
No, we're not.
No, we're
Shut
fucking
the
not,
fuck
you
up.
idiot.
Why would we congratulate you? At this point as well, just obviously Tobler was lippy last week. He had Manly, Cooler and Hamole. Manly don't go. He loses the Manly bet.
That was a bad
7.25.
Surely.
Then he also had Dolphins, Hammer, Herbie and Gutho, and he's a Gutho short. What he did, what he's done, our good mate Tommy Tobler as Lippy, as he's contracted lippyitis, which is you think you're the greatest fucking punter of all time,
Yep.
and you throw in one extra leg.
It's great.
It's what you all do. You all think you're heroes. You all think you're sick cunts. You want to come on here and be the best, and it blows up in your face as it is to our good mate Thomas Tobler.
You just claimed a bad beat. Which one was that on?
The Manly one.
Yeah, well, I think
16-0 at halftime. Just needed him to win.
So you are
Hamole
claiming
and
the
Cooler
bad beat
by
for that.
I'm claiming the bad beat. I think the line at 6.5 isn't a bad beat. I think head-to-head, though, that's bad beat all over.
Right. Okay. What about your Gutho bet?
Yeah, also a bad beat.
Why?
No, I didn't actually
You
watch
didn't
that.
get
I lost
close.
56-6.
Yes.
Just lippy stuff. I got some lippy
The
chirped
Manly
up
one,
the other day
proper bad beat.
when I had a big week, and he's like, "Oh, if only Sebo was good at punting, but I'll follow him more." And it's like, there's a leaderboard right here. Every single game, if you bet on every single game this year, you'd be in the positive. But if you're better than that, then why would you need to follow anyone else? Because it sounds like you're on the positive as well. Like
No one's
but
in the positive. That's why we bought. That's why we bought the Lippy in.
I know,
Let's
but-
not forget why the Lippy exists, because we got so much shit in the early going. Oh, I'm the fucking greatest punter of all time. The Lippy has historically been diabolically bad. The Lippy is horrific in every way, shape, and form. At the end of the day, if you'd back me and Sebo every round, every week, you'd be up, and you'd be up pretty big. Not massive, but you're up. A healthy amount.
Definitely more than old mate, what's his face? Big index fund guy, Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
More
You're up more than Buffett. What's
Yeah.
Buffett up 10% a year?
Yeah,
We're up
10%,
fucking
yeah.
30, 40, 50%. I mean, we're five Buffets, mate. Get it together. Sharks 40 defeat the Warriors 40 defeat the Sharks 10. People starting to believe, smart, astute rugby league minds starting to believe in the Warriors. Other smart, astute rugby league minds been proven correct in their assumption early on in the going. The Sharks no underbelly to be found. That's a disgusting loss at home.
The Sharks always screw me over. I mean, I had KL in there, and then it's like Sharks just lose by less than 13 points, and they can't do that. Like
Oh, did you have Kale in there as well?
Yeah, it's in that text there as well.
Right. We'll
But
give you a
I
look.
just like again, I don't know if it's just me. I just can't. The Sharks seem to screw me over all the time, and this year this is the final time for it. Like I have to find a way to just exclude the result ever to do with Sharks games. I'm over it.
You're over it?
I'm over it, mate.
Okay, the guys. Okay, the
you
guys.
think they're
over
good?
it.
You think
Guys
they're
over
good?
it. Guys over it. Guru Waz plus 6.5.
Yep, happy with this one. I think your false economy thing about the Warriors is bullshit. I think they're the real deal this year. It's going to be interesting, boys. If they can get to the end of the year and get a home final, like if they get to the back end, they're only 2 home wins away from a grand final all of a sudden.
Who would you think would be the least likely to win out of the top 4 if they had to go over there? Like a Raiders, a Melbourne.
Well, Warriors have beaten Melbourne in Melbourne before in prelims. If it went that way.
Yeah, long time ago though. Like that's a long. Like I think. What the Warriors haven't won a game in Melbourne for like a decade or something.
Yeah,
have they?
yeah,
It's been a while.
they just get
It's an
pumped on
old
Anzac
hoodoo
Day.
that everyone
Yeah.
talks
Oh,
about.
so it's an old
long
hoodoo.
gone.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's been killed.
It's been well and truly murdered. Yeah.
Yeah, but Rando will roll out a stat like the last prelim they played in Melbourne.
Very long time. Very long
Stacey
time.
Jones beat him. We can do it again.
That's Stacey Jones. Burmo was a nick or a short. I was a Metcalf short. And Sebo was any team less than 12.5, which I thought going in looked like a good bet.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah, but
smart,
it's the Sharks.
astute. You forget that they'd like an underbelly. At least I was right on that. I was wrong on the Warriors. It would seem. But let's get one thing straight. No one was sitting there going, the Warriors will be in the fucking top 4. No one was saying that.
Not even their fans
and
were.
everyone, mate, like who was sitting there saying, I knew the Raiders would be good. No, you didn't. Everyone had them coming dead last. Favourites for the spoon, in fact. That's a storyline I want to see come to fulfillment. If Manly can't win, which it's looking increasingly unlikely that we will, I want Sticky and that. Could you imagine? That's when Sticky wins a comp with a side that was favourite for the spoon. That's pure Ricky.
Actually, it's a question I always ask, going, what's the highest odds at like round 1 for the premiership that's actually won it? And I think everyone comes back to me saying it's probably like the Cowboys or the Tigers or something.
I'd say a bit the
The thing is, the
Tigers.
West Tigers was 67 to 1 at one
What
point.
were Raiders at the beginning of the season anyway to do that? Like
Would have been
just
500
to win?
Yeah.
No. They only give
One
you
sec.
500 once, like you actually mathematically can't win. I reckon it would have been
200.
Well, if they're favourites of the spoon, it probably would have been up like at least 100. You'd think.
I've got a vague. I think the last one at the start of the season is always about $126 or $130.
Right, okay.
or
So
something.
it becomes 500 when you literally can't.
Yeah, when you can't do it, and because if it's over 100, we're talking essentially like a Greece Euro 2003 vibe here. You know what I mean? Like if
Great
it was
times.
126 and the Raiders won,
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Okay.
It's gonna take you a while?
When I get
Alright.
it, I'll
you
get it.
easy.
Okay, you come in when you get it.
I
I
will.
was just about to say too, boys, talking about the 05 Tigers. The end of round 14 in 2005, Tigers were coming 11th.
Say that again.
Round 14. Okay.
The end of round 14 of 2005, the Tigers were coming 11th. They went on to win the comp.
What did they end up coming in at the end of the season?
They played the Cowboys week 1. They pounded you week 1, didn't they? They put 50 on you.
Yeah, finals week 1, yep.
So they would have been
They were 5th. No, they were 4th.
4th and you were
5th.
Yeah, because it was the McIntyre
The
system.
McIntyre.
remember
Don't
that
miss
old
the
man.
Sam
McIntyre.
McIntyre.
I love the McIntyre.
Oh, you do?
Sam
Yeah, I'm a
McIntyre.
big fan of McIntyre.
All right,
I
I've
didn't
got it.
mind it.
Balls
as
on the
well.
line, every game matters. I love it.
Yeah, true.
That is true.
That is true.
I did
And
hate the you'd wait until Sunday to find out if your
who
team
lost.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
That was the-
That
yeah.
was the. I like. My mind still craves. Like I like to know what's going to happen if these things happen, as opposed to
Yes,
if I
that's fair.
lose, I got to wait to see if I'm the highest rated loser. Or
Yeah,
lowest rated
because the
loser.
two lowest
losers.
rated losers. Yeah.
So you could essentially come third. So third and fourth could technically get knocked out.
no.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah,
Third
third
and
and
fourth
fourth.
could?
Third and
Yeah,
fourth
if
were the
they're all
highest.
upset.
The
Yeah.
highest that could.
Yeah, third and fourth could get knocked out. Week
That
one.
means everyone. So what then?
So that means
1,
eight.
2 would have lost as well.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
They're all if
Means
they're all-
5, 6, 7, 8 all win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3, 4 go.
Which
Did that ever
finals
happen?
win?
No way.
Win footy like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. $67 they were at the start of the season. They were the biggest outsiders for the Prem.
So 67 is the highest.
67
bottom
is what
guys
they
get.
were at the start of the year. And then they won their first game, so they would have just dropped since then.
Didn't they lose?
No, they beat the Warriors 30-8 in
That
Vegas.
shit, $67.
You never get good, at least in a, like, you hear about these things in soccer and Premier League recent. Like, you get teams that are like what are the Titans playing? Are they to win right now? I bet you they're not even $500.
They are...
Where are we? You don't get great futures sometimes.
They are 501.
Oh, they are, okay.
Who?
Yep.
The Titans.
The Titans.
But they should be. Realistically, they should be paying 500,000 to 1.
Yeah.
The biggest,
It's not going to happen in a million years.
the biggest one within Kuwait of the top 8 is the Dragons. They're 126 to 1.
Yeah, they're not going to win the comp either.
I've just
Obviously
skipped
not.
ahead
That's why
2
they're
weeks on the
126 to 1.
2005 ladder too. At the end of round 16, they were 12th. How fucked is that?
Who, Tigers?
Yeah.
Or did they just go on a huge run?
They went on a huge run. They all just clicked. They changed their captaincy mid-season, gave it to Scott Prince, and it all just turned
Scotty
around.
Prince.
Yeah.
His side, that's what you reckon?
Not what I reckon. It's his fucking side.
Yeah.
But they had a bit of
arguments.
magic about him, you know?
You
They,
and Sam were talking about that. We're off fucking track here. Let's keep moving, eh? Let's keep moving.
Yeah, the Eels were
You want
also...
any more 2005 ladder?
The Eels were
We'll
also,
be here-
the
we'll
Eels
be
were
here
also
all
12th
day.
in 2009. No, they
Tim
didn't win
Smith
the comp,
Eels.
but they were the Eels in 2009 when they were robbed of the comp. They were 12th after
they didn't win
round
that.
23.
They didn't win, they lost.
Yeah, well,
Stripped. But unlike
Stripped
Manly,
naked.
who should have been given 2007, I wouldn't be given the
fuck, okay,
Eels
right.
2009. Do you know, that's the difference.
We're off track, I think.
Yeah. No, we're back on track now. Broncos 44 defeated the Titans 14. Like, I'm going to say something. I was away, so I've got an excuse. I was drinking Mai Tais, but you boys were here and you were aware of the black jerseys they were wearing, and none of you
wasn't
bet, none of,
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
and none of you bet that way.
No, I should have wild carded, sure, but
Yeah.
we weren't aware on the Tuesday that the black jerseys were in play.
didn't bet
The
that
information was out there, but we weren't aware of it.
I'm surprised you weren't aware of it.
Believe me,
Because I'm
no
saying
one's
the
hurting
Titans
more than
plus
me.
10.5 tripled here.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
As soon as they ran out, and I think you boys said it yesterday, like there isn't a team in the existence of the history of the NRL that fits wearing an all black jersey more than those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
As soon as they ran out, I went, fuck, I could have got a 30-point start. I'll still lose this. It was insane.
Yeah. Yeah, Reece Walsh checking himself out. They'd all be looking at themselves in the mirrors just going, I'm going to fuck shit up today, man.
Yeah, Reece Walsh on past 2 of the game throws it 30 metres thinking he's fucking Bodine Barrett. I'm like, okay, mad. Here we go.
I tell you who thought they were Bowden Barrett of punting? Tobler. Who had 5 legs. Righto, mate. Okay.
Got the majority of them, though.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah. No, he got 3 or 5. So he's, again.
Well, technically.
He's putting the lippy on already. Good on your son. Raiders 36 defeated the Rabbitohs 12. Beautiful. Just a beautiful scenes down there at GIO. Sebo's a Bunnies plus 10.5 short.
I thought I was on for all money, but hey, the scenes definitely override losing a bet, you know, and my team losing. It was just great scenes, so I'm not one to complain.
You can't complain when fairy tales, well, it's not quite a fairy tale yet, but just beautiful rugby league narratives are getting shown to you like that. When Big Paps is fucking kicking 2 conversions, two tries at the end, like if you're not weeping like Ricky was, then you're not human.
Yeah, it's a moment that could either be, if it's the end of a great chapter of a book, it's fantastic. If it's the prologue of a different one, who knows which way it's going to go? That could be the end. And that's just the moment for Rick and Papali. They're not going to have anything greater than that. I think they will, but if you just had to tie it there,
If they're going to win a grand final, they're like the way the comp's going this year, it's. You know, that's not like a super dominant team. Not yet, at least. That may emerge to be one, but the fact they've got the most wins is outrageous. Panthers 18 defeated
Without a
Tigers.
bye yet, too. That's
Without a
the
bye.
most impressive thing.
So they're going to roll. They're going to roll beautifully into the end of the season. 3 buys, rest the troops. It's fucking worked out nicely. Panthers 18 to defeat the Tigers 14. Old mates going toe to toe. A lot of red on the screen. A lot of red. Lippy, big toddler. Taruva, Tigers plus 9.5.
Close. Again.
Failure. Bulldogs
Always a
30 defeat
bridesmaid.
the Eels 12. Shitloads of red here. Lots of Lomax. Everyone getting fucking high on Lomax. Billy kicks hits for 7. That's it. Unit scoopers. Tom didn't do one. I was 1 from 4. Sebo was 3 from 4.
Yeah, it's annoying. Just had Huddy as the last one as well. I shouldn't pick the same two try scorers in the same game. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. But then Raiders just lit a fire. But it bloody Ethan Strange, you're just like, well, fuck, Huddy's never going to get the ball if he's running like that. Like, so I just like, sweet, whatever. Like, I'm close.
I'm here for good content, so I'm going to do your job for you, Eddie. You sort of skimmed over the fact that I wildcarded out of a correct bet on the line there in the Tigers game, which
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm here for you guys, so
Thanks, mate.
fist me. Here we
No,
go.
you did. He walks the line. Thank you very much. Content first. Walks the line and goes, nah, I'm wild cutting Buller into McLean and nothing hits. So was Yorizaki 3 out of 8 then?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well done, Roo.
Thank
3
you.
out of 8.
Thank you. Yeah, no, the Titans game really rattled me, and when I had a look at the Penrith socials and whatnot, I got sucked into it.
It's good punning. Tom was in the hot seat, didn't put a bet on, so he's out. He was told by Tobler, so there you go. Weekly leaderboard. He did win the week. 1 from 9, got the triple, 6.4 units up. I was second, 1 from 9, minus 3.36. Lippy, none from 9, minus 4.19. Sebo, 1 from 9, minus 4.53. Guru, get the shovel.
Again?
Minus 15.33.
Really?
Yeah. If you missed
What do
that
you
many
mean,
lines,
bro? You got 2 from 8 bets and
Well,
you
2
lost
from
a
10.
triple.
one line's
What?
about $26 you put on, and so you would have put on 10.
Mate, to make money walking the line, you've got to get 5 from 8 legs.
Yeah, fair.
And you got 2. And you lost your triple. Fuck, really? Yeah, really. Happy to show you the working if required. But trust me, buddy, you're going real bad. Overall leaderboard. Is that the 3rd week in a row?
Oh, fuck.
This is going to be interesting.
This is interesting. Giddy up, fuckers. Overall leaderboard. I'm 17.2 in the green. Sebo, 9.09 in the green. Closing in, well, not last week,
yeah.
but like, it's still close. Lippy, minus 35.93. Tom, making moves, minus 38.97. And Guru. Here are the numbers, punters and dribblers. 20 from 130 bets at 15.38% clip. The lowest, except for the Lippy and Tom. Well, so it's not that low then, is it? It doesn't matter. This is what matters. Minus 65.25.
Ooh, shit.
He's got $347.52 left. We will see what Mr. Roo does because he is in a precarious position. We are in round 15 this week. There are 27 rounds for those playing along at home, plus 4 weeks of finals. So we have another 12 plus 4 is 16 weeks.
2 origins.
2 origins to go. So
lot to
another
go.
18 weeks to go, you could argue, and he's got minus 65.25. So the kid needs a unit scooper.
Can I tell you what my approach is going to be?
Yep.
It's going to be don't look at the scoreboard.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Is it nil all?
Yeah. It's nil all. I'm just going to bet like I'm on top.
Yep. I mean, that's not a bad.
I like that.
I like
Well,
it.
It frees you up because we know that as soon as you go internal, it's all over.
I'm not going to lie though, the scoreboard does get bigger and bigger. It's getting harder and harder not to see.
You need a scooper.
It doesn't. It's not hard. If not last week, but the week before, I think a 40 unit swing I had just from 2 weeks with getting a triple and an $18 scooper. So not getting some wild scooper, just like a 18-1,
Yep.
and you can get 40 something units in 2
It can
weeks.
turn quickly.
It can turn real quick.
But you got to keep playing.
Yeah.
I'm no Tom Birmingham. I'll keep
No,
playing.
good.
I'll be out of money before I stop playing.
Good.
Know that.
There's accountability, one of the longest of all time. Let's punt. Game 1. Thursday night. Sharks Dragons. South. What's the term? Rivalry? Southern
Shire?
rivalry? Is there a term for it?
The Shire?
The Shire.
Battle of the
Well,
Shire?
they're not. The Dragons aren't in the Shire. It's like a
George.
neighbourly rivalry thing that they got going on. It's at Shark Park. The Sharks are heavy favourites. $1.32 plays $3.40. The line's minus 10.5. Total points 46.5. Rando.
Big rivalry game, this one between the Sharks and the Dragons. Of course, Shane Flanagan, former Sharks coach, coming up against his former club. Now, the Sharks, they've won their last 9 games against the Dragons, but it's the line that I really like for the Dragons at plus 10.5. The Sharks, they've failed to cover the line in 5 of their last 6 home games. The Dragons, they've covered a line in 4 of their last 5 games, coming off a loss. Last time these two teams played, the Dragons, they did cover that 10.5 point line by losing by only by 10 points. So don't mind the Sharks there to cover. For try scorers, Britton Nickera plays game 150 this week. He has scored 4 tries in his last 4 games against the Dragons. He scored in his 100th NRL game. And another milestone he'll bring up if he scores in this game is his 50th NRL try. So a lot to play for Britton.
We'll start with Roo.
Yeah, the Sharkies. I think this is a must-win and must-win well in this game. I think they will rally the troops in this one. I've got Jesse Ramian to score. Am I playing him in Supercoach draft this weekend? I might be. Did I trade him away earlier in the season? Now I'm playing him this week and I need him to be quiet. Potentially. I won't confirm nor deny. But I also think he's going up against Corey Allen. I like that matchup there. I think there might be a debutant coming to the side. So Ramian, I like him. And Sharks, I'm going to go 13 plus, $4.50. I think that if the Sharks lose this or just don't put in a good performance, it's what the fuck are we doing this year? We've spent 5 years building this fantastic squad. We're at the apex of it now, and we're doing sweet FA. They have to win this game.
Talk me through Jesse Ramian, who we've acknowledged on this show famously hard to hit a Jesse Ramian. I know that the blacklist board has changed a little, but given the position you're in, which is precarious,
It's nil all.
yeah. But talk me through a Ramian who just doesn't score that many tries. How many has he scored this year?
I think he's only scored 2 tries.
Right.
Yeah, look, I don't want to repeat myself, but I need a draft win this weekend. I'm in a rugby league world of... You think I'm going bad on this show? My draft comp, I'm in all sorts. I need a quiet Ramian this week, and if he goes big... That'll ruin my weekend on fucking Thursday, so I need to double dip and enjoy it a little bit.
Okay. So it's a double dip.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a double dip. Sebo?
I feel nothing about this game from a betting perspective. Probably also a just general rugby league perspective. If Sharks, as Roo was saying, if Sharks lose this game, they've spent 5 years building to this point, and all of a sudden they've just become like Fort Denison. Like, you know, the technology has moved on. You're useless. But I've just looked at some Sharks try scorers because I think the Sharks should pump them. Why? Because, they're a better team, but also it's like they've been pumped the last 2 games they've played. But I can't trust the Sharks. That's the thing. I never trust them, and I've learned that. That's one of my little things that I live by. Doesn't mean I can't take some try scorers. I'm also going to Ramian because the blackboard seems to be hitting. It is by round footy, so weird shit happens. It's like that show Weird Science. That's what I'm kind of getting the vibe here. And a little Harrotti. Throwing a little Harrotti there. I don't know where he's playing. Somewhere in the left, probably.
Left centre. And the left centre
So I got
scored in 12 out of 13 games for the Sharks this season.
Hey!
Bit
Good
of
stats.
Roddy bread with my ramen noodles. 664. I'll take it.
Bit of Roddy bread.
Yeah.
Harrotti.
Well, you got any Nickera stats for me?
He gave you one.
Just gave you the full spiel.
He's-
Game 150, 4 tries in his last 4 games of Dragons.
Wasn't listening.
Jesus Christ.
Wasn't listening. That's good though. I have got Nickera. I actually have got Nickera.
Fuck myself.
I need a break. I'm fucking hosting. I need to zone out for a second. I do have Nickera. I also have AFB. If you watched the Dragons game last week against the against the Dolphins, they were fucking awful. I'm like, who's stopping AFB in that side close to the line? Who's stopping him? Realistically, there's not a man in that side capable of it. Give him the pill in the first 10 minutes and just let him get to work, as he always does. $10.02 for those 2 big, thick boars. Nickera not as thick as AFB, but you get my point. Thick compared to me.
Not bad value for those 2. Nickera's gone off the boil a little bit, but he's can easily get back on.
$10 for two try scores.
Yeah.
Nickera a pinch off the boil, but
Yeah.
apparently Rando talked about some things that'll, man, he scores. And I've been on AFB a bit this year, and he's banged for me a lot. So
If the Dragons win this game, though, it's going to be the world's funniest thing. Like,
I want them to from a content perspective, from a just I want to go
Comedy.
balls
Yeah.
deep on the Sharks next week. Like, give me a loss. Give me a loss. Who's the lippy?
I think it's someone we've had in before. Only because
geez, you're getting lazy.
Well, no, I sent some guy. I gave the go ahead to. He wrangled a Stags. I'm like, yeah, sweet. Yesterday, I sent it to him. Last night, I opened up the message. He's like, oh, it's a buy round. Can I do next week? I didn't even reply to it. I'm like, you had your shot,
you're off.
lost. So then I
You're
opened
out.
some messages, and some guy, Benny Reed, I think had already sent through the bets, like his Ned slips, which he's been doing for like
Is
10
that
weeks.
Brent Reed's boy?
Probably. And then I just said, sweet, there's the bets. I don't have to ask anyone because you think Lippy's about putting on their bets. Sometimes to organise this stuff, it's like, can I have this? Can I have that? Or like, here's my, rival betting agency slip, even though I know it's meant to be. Like, there's a million,
Sure.
like,
God.
So Benny Reed's in.
Pathetic.
Benny Reed's in, and he's Mulatalo, Hines, over 46.5, Sharks 13 plus, 13.42. I mean,
God's sake.
like,
it's unbelievable.
yeah.
It is unbelievable. That is a shocker. God, my
Is there anything to read into, this is game one of Round Footy, and we do not have a single Dragons positive leg in there.
But they're the hardest team to get a leg from.
Well, listen, you
Yeah.
look to a unit scooper a little bit later on, and there might be. I might be
Okay.
playing both sides of the field here, son.
They're the most legless side in the comp.
But yeah,
though. Like,
but
you can't-
Rue, yeah. 1,000%. That's why I've taken the result out of this game. I'm just going Nicker and AFB because the Sharks should hump them. And even if Round Footy does, stick its ugly little duckling head up and go, oi, forget about me, bruh, and the underdogs get up, Nicker and AFB can still score in a loss.
Me and Lippy going Sharks 13 plus in Round Footy might be the most fitting thing of all fucking.
Well, it's dumb. Yeah. So, and I tried to call you out on it, but you were, well, Supercoach draft and all this shit. So, you've lost me. Titans, Seagulls, Seabus Super Stadium. Titans rank outside is $3.35. Seagulls $1.33. Lions plus 11.5. Total points 51.5. Rando, I have a feeling in my loins that the Seagulls love playing the Titans. Am I correct?
Absolutely. It's going to be dry on the Gold Coast for this game. The Seagulls, whilst it's been an absolute roller coaster ride, alternating
loves
wins,
playing the
and
fucking Titans.
everyone does, mate. It's not-
No, I'm talking historically.
Historically, everyone loves playing the Titans.
Seagulls, they've alternated wins and losses in 7 consecutive games. They lost last week. They'll probably win this week. When they have won in those 3 games, they've won by 16 or more points. They've won 4 of their last 5 games at Seabus against the Titans. The Titans, they have lost their last 5 Friday night fixtures at home by 10 or more points. Don't mind the Seagulls to cover the line in this one. For try scorers, another player bringing up their 150th NRL game. That is Ruben Garrick. He has scored 10 tries in 9 games versus the Titans, including 6 tries in 5 games at Seabus. The Titans left edge, they have conceded 33% of their tries in the last 5 weeks, with a right centre scoring 3 tries in the last 3 games. Eddie, I said Ruben Garrick and Seagulls. Basically, that just covers up what I just said.
Thank you, mate.
Just double checking. You listened that time?
I did listen.
Perfect.
No, I actually listened that time. Ruben Garrick won 50 games.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Hasn't scored in 5.
That's all right.
That's okay. He's
That's all right.
245. So great odds for a man who hasn't scored in 5 weeks. But I'm hearing you. He's also a DILF.
Here's a deal.
Not nothing. Sebo.
I have no idea what to do in this game. Like, I'm so tempted just to like heavily back
Triple
Manly. But no, I'm not going to triple this sort of stuff. Like, Manly should win. Tommy's back, and I don't think him back. I don't want to jump in for a try scorer, but like he does, even if he's a bit injured, he gets that left edge humming, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like Talau's on the left wing, is he?
Yep.
Yep. So I've got him for 2 because I don't know. Every time I'm watching Tommy play, who was there? It was guy who's knocked out now.
Lehigh.
Lehigh's been going over a lot when Tommy plays, right? And when Lehigh's on the left wing.
Yep.
So I'm taking Talau there, and then I'm just taking a little Brimo, just because when I'm in a darkness, Brimo's my light, where I'm just like, I've got no idea where to go. Just take a Brimo, 12.61. Like, it's just, Manly should win, sure. Like, Titans don't have their main enforcers, but yeah, like, it's buy around footy. What can you do? That's me.
Nice, mate. Roo?
I'm going to take Olakuatu on that edge. I believe he's having a child this week, boys. That's
Oh, wow.
Boded
That's
well
been
for us throughout
pretty,
the season.
Hamolo has.
Yeah.
When's he having the kid?
I think that's why he's put himself out of Origin.
He's not playing Origin because of the kid.
When's
Yeah.
the kid getting
I
born?
think it's due on Origin or around that time.
So
well,
coming soon.
hang on. He wouldn't have had it.
Yeah.
Typically, you'll see they score after the kid.
Just let Rue go with it.
Let him do something
Let 'em do
stupid.
something.
I'm
'em
going to
have
go
narrative
Kuatu.
content.
Now, I want to pose this to you, boys. I'm going to take AKP and Saab. Is this the two fastest players marking each other we've ever seen?
Probably.
It'd have to be right up there, I reckon. These two are fucking rapid, both of them. I'm going to take both of them to score 769 for 3 try scorers, which I don't love. But I feel like I'm 769 betting on Olakau'atu to score. So they're my 3. Wouldn't hate an early berth, not going to lie.
Yep.
Well, an early berth,
I'm essentially betting 769 on an early
Yeah.
berth. Is what's
And it's
happening.
only a few days
Probably
early.
miss the game if it was an early berth because he's in the Gold Coast. So
Yeah. 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 It's
Narrative,
either
I
kind
won't
of
let it
now
ruin it.
or
I won't let it
now or
ruin it.
never.
I'm hoping for an early
Let's just get.
someone message him.
I'll get
Googling
Lippy
just out of interest.
while you Google. Lippy's going DCE and Furmore 16.35. Not bad.
Couple of Origin rejects.
Yeah, Origin reject squad there. Like, I mean, Furmore can score. DCE can score a lot as well. Just someone needs to do it. Like, it's more from 50 out kind of vibe. Someone makes a break and throws it back on the inside sort of
Yeah,
vibe.
and with Turbo not at 100%, I don't mind that, actually.
Yeah. So that's probably his best bet.
What's Google doing for us? I like that bet. I think it's good gear.
Manly forward Hamale Olakuatu put the birth of his second child ahead of the opportunity to be a part of the New South Wales squad for Game 2. So I'm not getting heaps. Here's 7 news. He sacrifices State of Origin 2 selection for imminent arrival. Imminent. So he's withdrawn himself from State of Origin 2 squad to be with his partner ahead of the looming birth of their child. 26-year-old Manly star was said to be named as a reserve but opted out of flying across the country to Perth for a non-playing role given the circumstances. His fiancée Anna is due to give birth to their first child imminently.
Mate.
Yep.
Love that.
Maybe worth noting he already is a DILF.
He already is a DILF, but it's just so that's true. It was first time DILF, wasn't it? But
That
it's
was
first-
Garrick scoring the hat trick earlier in the year that we all missed.
There was another one as
Yeah,
well.
but then I also
Jai
got on
Arrow.
Jai Arrow,
Jai
but he was a
Arrow.
first timer.
Debutant Dilfs.
Debutante deals, but it's his first child with his fiancée. He has another one with another marriage. That was all in the article. I'm not,
Reading Daily Mail, are you?
I am happy to hang my hat on the word imminent. Would
Yep.
you?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lean into the power of the DILF, which has been around this season. I'm going to triple Hamola at 235.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to triple him. And I'm just going to keep an eye on things. I might wild card it. We'll see how we go. But that's what I'm doing. I'm tripling Hamola.
Not
We
bad.
need to start keeping stats on successful wild cards.
I've only pulled one and it failed.
Yeah, I think
I don't think anyone's pulled
I
one.
think I'm one. I got one. I think I'm one from
And
four.
I know that if I pull out of the Hamola, I have to triple something else. I get that. I know it.
235. from
I'm
Molly.
going to lean into the power of the DILF. I'm just going to do it. Leaning in. Fuck it.
Yep.
Lippy, DCE and Furmore.
Yep,
Oh,
we've done
1635. Cool.
Knights, Roosters.
Was that a bit of lip out of you then, mate?
No, I'm letting you know because you wouldn't have realised we actually did a whole segment on it. We talked through it.
Yeah,
Origin
you're just not
rejects.
with us at the moment.
Whoa.
Origin rejects.
Well, was I not doing research for the show?
DCA
Yeah, I
on
was
the
just trying to
inside.
cover
was
your
I-
ass
was
and
I-
move on quickly
Was
before.
I not doing research for the show?
Trials.
Was I not doing research for the show? Knights versus Roosters. McDonald Jones Stadium. Head to head. 260 the Knights, $1.50 the Roosters. Line 6.5. Total points 43.5. Rando.
It's going to be dry at McDonald Jones Stadium for this game. The Knights, they've lost 4 of their last 5 home games. They've lost 4 consecutive home games to good teams, failing to cover the line in each loss. The Roosters, they haven't lost at McDonald Jones Stadium against the Knights since 2019, winning and covering the line in their last 4 meetings. They have won their last 3 games outside of Sydney by 10 or more points as well, so I don't mind them to cover that -6.5 line. For try scorers, Mark Nwanga Nitawaze, he scored in 5 consecutive games. He has a 70% try scoring strike rate this season. The Knights left edge, it's been their weakest in the last 5 weeks, conceding 33% of their tries. Mark, he goes up against Fletcher Hunt. I reckon that's an absolute mismatch. He destroys that, and I think he's 215.
So he's playing centre, yeah?
Right centre, yep.
And
Yeah, but he scored last time. He scored at centre.
from a kick though. Does he? He scores every time, doesn't he?
Well, he scores every time. And he's up against, if worst case scenario, he goes up against Greg Marzi for a contest, and that's a mismatch.
Nah. I'm tempted to triple Mark because I haven't been on the Mark train, and every time you watch him play and you don't have him in your Supercoach side, you don't have him in your legs, you're just like, what am I doing? Like, he can score from anywhere, but I've got him in my bets. I'm going to just save my triple for later. I'm just going to take him out. Not outright, sorry. I'll take him and Sharp back at fullback, 493. He just keeps on having a dig, doesn't he? So, yeah.
He's digging.
Yeah.
I've taken Mark and Hugo Savala, College of Knowledge, alum. Big fan of his work. He's 650, Hugo. I feel like he's been getting into his buy round work. So I like that. $13.31 for Mark and Hugo. That's a touch yourself bet. Straight up and down, touch yourself. Flies, undone. I like that bet. I like the look of it. Guru's give me them eyes. You give me them eyes, are you?
Is there any concern around Zach Tucker-Clay being on the bench or Hooker and Sandon Smith being on the bench as well? Like,
I don't know. You tell me.
Could be 40 minutes of
yeah,
Hugo.
it could be a limited role. I don't know.
Fuck it. Score early, son.
13:31 update. I'm just taking Marky Mark outright. No, I'm not.
Tripling?
I'll triple the next
Tripling?
game. I just forgot for a second. The Knights do one good half of footy against Manly because of a bill, and I saw all of a sudden take Knights try scorers. Fuck that. Marky Mark 215. I'm not touching the Knights.
I have got Fiketti playing in the front row. I think he has a bit of a breakout game here. I feel like this young Roosters side, the forwards always get up for this one. I think he's a real star of the future. He's at $8. Newcastle, I was closer than I should have been to playing front row for them this week. Missing so many guys. So Fiketti at $8. Little breakout game.
Fiketti.
Oh, Fiketti, eh?
Lippy's gone Dommy, Rooster 13 plus, and Teddy. Forget about it. Dommy, Rooster 13 plus, Teddy 747. Another shit bet.
Yeah.
Where'd you find these blokes? Where do you
Right. I have to siphon
do
through
you
the
find these guys?
shitstorm that's the About Even DMs that is just bet slips after bet slip.
I love whenever I go to post something on About Even, I scan over the DMs. I'm just like,
Mate, I don't even use my personal Instagram anymore because I'm scared of how many unread messages there are. It's like, don't you're not going to get me there. Like, I don't even use it. I use the hackers one, and personal one is like, I can't log into it because I just don't want Lippies to somehow know that I've seen their messages or something. Like, do not do that because it's a sea of shit. There's a sea of shit in all the Instagrams. So it's like, damn it. Now it's my personal one.
when I did my wild card on the weekend, I obviously posted on the About Even page, and I had a dude message me on my Guru page. Had a bit of the James Schiller message back, and he's like, "You gutless fucking cunt! You fucking deleted your bet, you fucking coward!" And I was like, "It's on the About Even page, bro." And he goes, "Oh yeah, sorry about that. All good." I was like, "Thanks, man."
Oh, there's passion. There's passion. Yes, the lippy. Alrighty. Getting there. Cowboys, Dolphins, Queensland Country Bank Stadium. God, that's a mouthful. $2.50 plays $1.55. The Dolphins are favourite. The line is plus 5.5. Total points 49.5. The punters, the bookies, they expect points. Rando, how do you see it, son?
It's going to be dry in Townsville for this game. Now, the away team has won and covered the line in all 4 meetings between these two, which means the Dolphins are 2 from 2 in Townsville. The Cowboys, they haven't won as home underdogs since round 16, 2023, going winless in their last 4 games. The Cowboys have also lost 5 of their 6 games against top 8 opponents this season. So I don't mind the Dolphins here to cover the line. For try scorers, you look at the Cowboys side, already origin depleted, but they basically have a new look right side, which has been their worst defensive side this whole season. Jake Clifford returns at halfback. Then you've got in right second row, Sam McIntyre, who's a makeshift right second row, and then Braden Burns, who I don't think's played centre in forever long. The Dolphins, they've scored 77% of their tries on the left side in the last 5 weeks. So you can look at a bloke who's scored in 6 consecutive games, Herbie Farnworth. He's scored 2 tries in his last 4 games against the Cowboys as well. Or for a bit more value at $4.25, Connolly Lemuelu. He scored 6 tries in 10 games at a 50% strike rate, all off the bench. He usually comes into that left second row position, and he has history as the Cowboys was his former club. So don't mind him coming off the bench.
I did have the Dolphins -5.5. I'm going to add in a Herbie just to give me a little bit more juice. Just a little bit more juice. I've got a triple out there as it currently stands. So I wouldn't mind a pinch more juice. That gets me to $2.89 rugby league cents. Guru?
Yeah, I'm going to follow you in. I'm going to go Dolphins -5.5 at $1.90.
And my good mate, Sebastian.
I am going to get some juice because I just keep doing a double take at this line of 5.5, going, what the hell's going on? What am I missing? Oh, it's Origin. The Dolphins must be missing the entire team. No, just like Hammer and Plath. Then you go to what? The Cows? Outs, Nanai, Bateman, Robson, Cotter, Dearden. Cows are already shit and untrustworthy, and you're telling me -5.5 for the Dolphins, how many points they put on Melbourne? How many points did they put? Who did they beat else? Like the Raiders?
They scored
or
100 points
like,
in their last 2 games.
They're crushing it.
They're
Crushing it. They're crushing. So what? They put 50? What, they put 50 on the Dragons? Officially
56.
ruled them out of the comp last week, and you're telling me 5.5? What, is it much of a fortress up there in Townsville? Like, I don't know why it's 5.5, so I'm tripling the fuck out of that. Yeah, it's by round footy. It's going to blow up in my face, and somehow the Cows will win, but you just can't walk past -5.5 for the Fish the way they're playing.
Not in the street, mate.
No.
Not in the street. Lippy, Scotty Drink, Lemuelu.
Yeah.
Yep.
$9.35. Don't hate. That's his best bet by a mile. Rabbitohs, Bulldogs. Final game of the condensed round. 285 the Rabbits. Bulldogs $1.44. This is at a core. The line is +7.5, and the total points 46.5. Rando.
It's going to be dry for this game. Now, if you're looking for a result, you got to take the Bulldogs here. The Rabbitohs, they have lost their last 5 games without Latrell or Cody Walker playing. But for me, I think the value's in the points here. The Bulldogs are the best defensive team in the league, whilst the Rabbitohs, they have the second worst attack in the league. 9 of the last 11 Rabbitohs games have gone under 46.5 points. 5 of the last 6 Bulldogs games at a core have gone under 46.5 points. These 2 teams have met twice in the last 2 seasons, both gone under 46.5. So I do like the unders. For try scorers, Jacob Preston back into the lineup for the Dogs. He's scored in 3 consecutive games. He scored earlier this season against Souths. Right second rowers have the best strike rate of any position against Souths this season, scoring in 54% of games. Jacob Preston is $2.95.
So will he be playing outside Lockie Gow?
Toby Sexton.
Oh, is Gow still on the bench, is he?
No, Gal's Burton's 18th man, so he has to go to
so
Perth.
he's over there.
Yeah, Galvin's left half.
Yeah, okay.
I reckon Gus and Serrato would be stoked with Burton being 18th man this week. Gives us an opportunity to put Galvin in there without any controversy.
Yes,
without any questions.
agreed.
I reckon they'd be stoked with it.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
they'd be stoked. They'll, masters of spycraft, though, they'll be complaining. They'll be going, oh, damn it, I can't believe this has happened again. But, you never know what they're thinking. Whatever you think they're thinking the opposite.
That's how they think.
Yeah.
I like just a simple, pure bet here. Keon Kolomatangi, $4.60. Just a pure footballer. A guy that has just really, really riled me up in all the right ways this season. Just seeing him come out fit and ready to fuck. Just dominating sides. Big fan of his work. $4.60. He's scored in the last couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, back to back. I think.
There we go. Make it 3 in a
Going for
row
the
for me,
treble.
son. Make it 3 in a row for me. $4.60. Nice, clean, easy stuff. Sebo?
Yeah, I'm jealous of that. I was going to do it, but then I was like, I kind of backed away. I went on a rant last week about kind of betting on guys that had scored, so I can't follow you there. But I like that was originally my thought process. I'm going for a bet that I don't hate. I mean, everyone knows I'm the greatest Billy Kick wrangler in the city of Sydney. I didn't get up on.
Everyone knows.
I got the leg
Feel stupid
last
saying
week.
it.
I got him in a huddy.
There's better blokes in Canberra, but in Sydney.
Show me how many legs everyone else has got up in Billy Kick. I'll show you all mine. So I'm going to take him again because the bet didn't come off. I'm feeling mode here. I know I just said guys who scored last week, but he was already in my multi, so it's a bit different there. And then Jai Gray, just get him back to top of the Daily M sort of shit. 747. Let's just fly into that one into unit land. Yep.
Into unit land. Roo?
I tuned out for the start there. Which side do you think Galvin will play on, Rando?
Left side, I think. I
Yeah.
think Toby will stay right.
Even though when Burton's there, you assume Burton will still be on the right?
Well, I'm taking it game by game basis. In this game,
Yeah.
he'll be left. I don't know where Lockie Galvin ends up, full stop. I think he's off the bench for the time being.
Yeah, I hope he's on the left. I like Bronson Cherry to score down that edge, and I'm going to take Gray as well. Boys, as I said, I wasn't really paying attention at the start. I think I might triple the Dolphins line as well.
Yeah, wow.
I'm feeling.
Okay. Shit.
I'm going to join you on that.
That's good.
Yeah, that's.
For you.
It's not good for me, considering his strike rate.
Exactly. That's why I'm loving it. Licking me fucking rugby league lips over here, mate. Yeah, no, good for you, mate. Guru, go back. You triple the fin, son. Nice. The Lippy has Jai, Aitken, and the Bunnies 23.52. Jesus.
I guess Aitken would be about your 3s or 4s. Your Bunnies would be around high.
Bunnies would be big
Good
outsiders.
odds. Good odds.
So is Billy Kick playing outside Galvin then? I didn't even know about that. That's good opportunity to try Wrangle.
Oh.
Samuel Alfano did well
Did he?
when he was there.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, unit scoopers. Now, Sebo and I went on a rant recently. Hello Sport, heard of it? About how history repeats itself.
Yeah.
You can look to the history for many clues, for many signs, punters and dribblers. And I'm looking to the first round of buy round footy this year. History can be short, history can be long. Underdogs. I'm not going to, if this hit again and I wasn't on it, I'd never forgive myself. I would never, ever, ever, ever forgive myself. I'd go, you fucking idiot. It's buy round footy. Underdogs win. It's already happened. Have another crack. What's it cost you? It costs you a unit. $210.99 for all the underdogs. You give that a lick.
Absolutely.
You just do.
They all won last buy round?
Yeah.
4-5.
Every single one.
$210.99. Yes. Yes. This gets up. Maybe.
Your highest
I'm pumped
legs.
about it. I'm pumped about this bet. It's singing to me, son.
It's-
210.
Pretty good that your highest is 350.
210. Oh. Sebo?
Might be a bit of a civility on that because, I'll be annoyed if it comes off and I'm not on it, considering it already has. Look, I'm just going some try scorers. I'm going some Harodi, some Saab, some Marky Mark, some Herbie, some trustworthy kind of centres, throwing a little Saab there. 18-24. I'm liking this kind of 18 sort of unit scooper territory. It gets, it's enough to really boost you up there. It's not too long that it won't happen. So I got another one to mimic. I was one off last week, so we'll see how we go.
I've got a try scorer from each game. Jesse Ramian, Jason Saab, Dom Young, Herbie Farmworth and Bronson Cherry, $37.67. I also love my 18-1s, but I don't think my season's turning around with 18-1s.
Yeah, but two of them it does.
Yeah.
Two of them it does.
Yeah, that's easy. Sweet.
It's a lot easier to hit than a 30-70. Like, you've already hit a 20-1 already this season. You hit 2 last season. I've hit an 18-1. When's the last time someone hit a 50-1?
I've done it a few times.
50-1
Just wouldn't pay it.
on the show.
Pricks.
What'd you do?
You didn't. It was
That
48.
was
It was
unit
46 to
scooper.
1.
Oh,
No
it was a
narrative.
scooper. It was a 40. It was 48, and it wasn't a scooper.
Yeah, we're talking
It's a
scuba when the
scup.
pressure's actually
You
on.
called a 40-something unit last year.
And you were calling for immortality, and you go and read the comments. Not a single person gave it to you. Christ, you think we've got it in for you, mate? We're just telling you how it is. The Lippy has Ronaldo, DCE, Domi, Drinky, Gray, T Head, top run scorer in Australia. That starts tonight. $568.10. There's a couple of legs in there I can see not getting up. But good luck to you, mate, and congratulations. We'll see how you go. Hot seat. I think I'm in it, I believe, but I wasn't sure.
I think so. Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
And then I'll be
Roosters minus 6.5 against the Knights, who stink. Roosters love buy round footy, well, at least they have this year. And there's a couple of stats from Rando about travelling or something, I don't know. So, fuck it. Roosters minus $6.5, $1.90. That's us. Thank you to Neds. Thank you to Roo. Thank you to Tobler. Thank you to Sebo. Thank you to Rando. Thank you to the punter. Thank you to the dribbler. We will see you next week. An Origin show. We haven't ironed out the creases, but it is likely to be out Wednesday morning because we're away, basically, and there's no other time to do it. So if it's not out Tuesday night, then don't cry about it. Be out Wednesday. Love yous all. Bye.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website